Easy Elite English. One more video. What is the difference or how to distinguish between object and complement in a sentence? What is an object and what is a complement? And how do you distinguish between object and complement? Now, a person or place or a thing is called a noun. So an object is a noun or noun equivalent. It could be, for instance, pronoun. A noun or noun equivalent that is affected by the action of the verb. That is how you distinguish an object. The object is always affected by the action of the verb. That is, the object suffers result of the action. Whatever the action is there, the result falls upon the object and the object is affected by the action and the object suffers the consequences of the action. The dog chased the cat. The tiger killed the man. The dog chased the cat. The effect of chasing. The cat has to run for life. It is affecting its activity. The tiger killed the man. Killed. Man suffers the consequences. That means the man dies. Death is a consequence. So the man is affected. The man's life is lost. The cat is affected. Instead of resting peacefully, it has to run at full speed. So the noun or noun equivalent which is affected and on which the result or consequence of the action falls, that is an object. In the following cases, the underlined words are not objects because chase and killed were words of action. But here we will not be having action words, we will have words of being. Ice is hot. Hot is an adjective. We can say hot tea, hot milk, hot water. The sky is clear. He is the captain of the cricket team. Captain describes. It does not affect or the consequences does not fall because these are not the verbs of action. These are verbs of being. So these are not objects, they are complements. If a noun or an adjective that follows the verb is not an object, it's usually a complement. After the verb, you are getting a noun or an adjective or a noun equivalent, but it is not an object, then it is a complement. A complement adds information that helps complete the meaning of the verb. Now, here we have how complement helps to complete the meaning of the sentence. I am. It's an incomplete one. When you say, I am an engineer, you make a complete sentence, there is a complement. He is incomplete. He is my brother. Now you are completing the sentence. I made him. It's a complete sentence, but it's a meaningless sentence. It's an absolutely meaningless sentence. I made him. But when you say, I made him the class monitor, now it's a complete and meaningful sentence. I like a thief. The grammatically it is complete, but actually you are saying something which you do not mean. But I like a thief to be punished. Now you are actually making yourself clear. I could see my death. Meaningless. I could see my death approaching. Air and moisture make iron. Grammatically it's correct, but air and moisture cannot make iron. Air and moisture make iron rust. So this is what actually air and moisture will do. So air and moisture cannot be used to make iron or manufacture iron, but air and water will make iron rust. So these are what we call complements. A complement which completes the meaning of the verb. Now, how do you distinguish between objects and complements? Objects are associated with transitive verbs. Complement may be associated with any verbs. Transitive verbs are words of action or doing and not actions of being, not verbs of being. Words of action and doing, not words of being. Objects are affected by the verb. the effect of the action passes over to them, but complements only elaborate. The consequence of the action will not pass on over to the complement, but the consequence of the action will pass over on to the object. So object is affected. The effect of the action passes over to the object, but the effect of the action or consequences will not pass over to the complement. Complement will not suffer the action. Complement are not affected by the action. They only elaborate further. Except in case of reflexive pronoun, myself, himself, herself, subjects and objects are different persons or things. Complements either describe the subject or object or refer to the same person or thing. I helped him is an object. Note that I and him are two different persons. I am his friend. I and friend are same thing. I made vegetable curry. I and vegetable curry are two different nouns. I made him my secretary. Him and secretary are the same person. The teacher chose a monitor. Teacher is different person. A monitor is a different person. The teacher made him a monitor. Him, referring to the student, and monitor are the same person. I painted the walls. I, a person, and walls, object. I painted the walls red. So walls, it elaborates, it describes the walls. The painting was red in color. God made man. God and man are two different things. God made man wise. It describes the man. He made him wise. So this is the difference between object and complement. Object, the effect of the action will be suffered by the object but not by the complement. Object and the word, the two different words will refer to two different nouns, but here see his friend and I are the same person. You are his friend. You and friend are same person. I made him my secretary. Him and secretary are same person. The teacher made him a monitor. Him and monitor are same person. They are not two different persons or two different things. So that's the difference between object and complement. That was Easy Elite English Educational Trust. WhatsApp us or email us for any requirements in English, grammar, science or mathematics. For all our services are entirely free of cost. Till we meet again, thank you and goodbye.